Meghan Markle's latest entrepreneurial venture, American Riviera Orchard, ARO, a purported lifestyle brand, has generated significant buzz despite a noticeable lack of tangible products. Initially announced with considerable fanfare a year prior, ARO's highly anticipated launch has been delayed, with the first product, strawberry jam, finally slated for release not in a high-end boutique or online store, but in a decidedly less glamorous setting, Netflix-branded kiosks in two major shopping malls. This unconventional retail strategy raises questions about the viability of the brand and the overall trajectory of Markle's business endeavors. The introduction immediately establishes the central theme, the seemingly incongruous launch of Meghan Markle's new brand, American Riviera Orchard, and its questionable retail strategy. The author employs a sarcastic tone, highlighting the irony of the brand's delayed launch and its unconventional retail placement within Netflix kiosks in mainstream shopping malls. The author then details the unusual launch strategy of ARO, emphasizing the contrast between the brand's purported high-end image and its actual retail location. The author uses vivid descriptions, such as makeshift jam stand, to highlight the lack of sophistication and the apparent disconnect between the brand's image and its reality. The author also points out the ironic juxtaposition of Markle's jam next to merchandise from Netflix shows like Squid Game, emphasizing the incongruity of the setting. The author provides context by reviewing Markle's previous business ventures, highlighting their lack of success. The author mentions the cancellation of her podcast, Archetypes, and the uncertain future of her Netflix deal, suggesting a pattern of failed projects. This context underscores the high-stakes nature of ARO's launch and the potential consequences of another failure. The author raises questions about the authenticity and originality of ARO's products, suggesting that the jam may be mass-produced and simply rebranded. The author uses phrases like buying generic mass-produced jam in bulk to cast doubt on the brand's claims of bespoke quality. The author contrasts this with the practices of other royals, such as King Charles, who sell products from their own estates to support charitable causes, highlighting the apparent lack of genuine commitment to the brand's purported values. The author analyzes the strategic implications of the retail partnership with Netflix, suggesting that it may be a last-ditch effort to salvage Markle's failing Netflix deal. The author suggests that the kiosk placement is a test of the brand's viability, with Netflix potentially using the sales data to determine whether to renew Markle's contract. The author highlights the power imbalance in the partnership, with Netflix holding the majority of the power and likely reaping the majority of the profits. The author explores the potential trajectory of ARO, predicting a likely failure mirroring Markle's previous ventures. The author uses a sarcastic tone, suggesting that the jam will follow the typical path of overhyped products, eventually ending up in discount stores or food banks. The author highlights the irony of Markle's transition from associating with A-list celebrities to selling jam in a shopping mall, emphasizing the decline in her perceived status. The author concludes by summarizing the potential outcomes of ARO's launch, suggesting that it is unlikely to be a significant success. The author uses a cynical tone, highlighting the potential for the brand to become another in a series of failed ventures for Markle. The author emphasizes the lack of originality, the questionable retail strategy, and the overall lack of viability of the brand. The overall tone is critical and sarcastic, highlighting the apparent flaws in Markle's business strategy and the potential for another public relations disaster. The detailed analysis of the brand's launch, its retail strategy, and its potential trajectory serves to underscore the author's point of view, emphasizing the high likelihood of failure and the potential damage to Markle's reputation.